Greetings, everyone. How y'all doing? I think everything's working. Computers, can't live with them and can't live without them. So I want to ask you all something. I came up with a thought that wow, kind of blew me away, but I've never read about it before. I've never heard anything about it before. I don't know if there's any information out there before. And David Icke never talked about it, so I'm going to ask you, do you all know anything about this? Am I on the right path? Have I got a tiger by the tail, or I just ate too much cheese? You know? Um, yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about all the health, the bad health in the world. Nobody anymore has really good health. We're all being poisoned, basically. The air is poisoned. The the food we eat is poisoned. The water we drink is poisoned. So I'm wondering. That's probably on a surface level. There's more to it than just being poisoned. I find that this earth, when it comes to evil, do people just get an understanding of the crust, but they have no idea the huge, massive ball of evil that is below the crust. Yeah, I guess it's like way, way larger scale. We're talking about way more intense. They don't. A lot of people don't understand that we're just surface knowledge. We're just floating around in surface knowledge. The inside knowledge is so. I've been there, and it's wow. Some of it's changed my life permanently. Some of the stuff I've come across. Basically, people today have no understanding, but I'm going to shoot this question out regardless. You have all these health problems and mental ill health, uh, mental issues like anxiety, depression, and all this. And I was thinking, is it possible that this could all be from the Archons? The Archons habitating us, possessing us, getting inside, becoming a part of us, and draining the energy because they love to drain, they love to create really bad environment for you. And then once you're all stressed out, you become toxic and you start. Organs, you're having problems with organs and you're having problems with the way you think and brain fog and depression, anxiety, all that, right? Is it actually an archon that we're possessed of? That they're actually parasites that can like get right into us? I can see them controlling our lives through programming, which I can prove with logic that we're all biological androids programmed through our DNA, probably at night when we're asleep. I've talked about it a bit before, and right now this chair is just oh my god, what I'd give for a nice, comfortable chair. And so, is it like I can imagine myself being possessed with parasites because I can imagine myself being targeted. I because I've fought these guys all my life, so I can imagine. That's why my health is. Well, we won't talk about that. So, is it possible? Have you heard of it before? Yeah, David, I didn't talk about it, so it doesn't exist, and it's not in the Bible. You heretic. Uh, it, what, could it be parasites that actually get into you? That I know for a fact they control you from outside. Maybe some keyboard somewhere, or something, or lack of a better mythological imagery. But I know for a fact I have absolute no doubt whatsoever. I know it because of my life experience and everything. they are programming us through our DNA. But can they actually get right into us and start? Because I know the voices in your head, you think it's your own thoughts. It's not. How many times everybody's gone through this once, or you have a problem. You're kind of, you just walk along, maybe at the grocery store or something, and you get a really insane kind of evil thought that comes to your head, and you go, whoa, it takes your breath away. You go, what was I thinking? No, you weren't thinking. These voices, they did a lot of research. There's been a lot of research with schizophrenia. And those voices that they hear are real. They're not hallucinations. This has been demonstrated, clearly demonstrated. These are some kind of entity, outside forces. So are they, attention, attention, Joe Smith, or is it right from within? Attention, Joe Smith. Well, look at God, the way God the Father speaks sometimes in the Old Testament, not Jehovah. He says he is the small, still voice within. That's not Jehovah. Thou shalt not. You know what I mean? So, I mean, have you heard of this before? I've never heard of it before. I can't really find anything on Google. And is it possible? Could I be on the right road to discovery here? That there are actually parasites within that, control our minds? And if so, they're really screwing us up, because that's what they do. They want our reality to be just shredded, and they want us to be traumatized every day with new events around the world, and all that. And they want us fully traumatized because they feed off the energy. Our reaction is called loosh. Like we're just pressured by some guy at the supermarket, let's say, or something. And you're in a big argument about the bill, no, you didn't, no. And let's say you're getting really mad. Well, that creates negative energy, which they feed off of. They love it, like maggots on meat. They just go for it. Maggots on meat, how horrible, whatever. So, yeah, I'm wondering, so is that possible? I mean, is that possible? Am I on the right track here? Because when I heard the interview by this psychiatrist, really high up training, everything, very, very, very long interview. But he clearly demonstrated the voices aren't hallucinatory. These are actual entities. And it got to a point where they would tell him what the voices said, and it got to a point where the voices said, "We want to talk to your doctor personally." And so he got to talk to a voice personally, and it was really, really bizarre. So he asked the guy that was suffering from this about the voice, and he said, "Did you hear the voice?" He said, "Yeah, yeah." And he said he really trusted this guy. And he said, because the voice told him, the guy, to get a knife and to do the doctor in, right? So what did you do? And all this. And he said, "Well, I was going to kill you. I just couldn't find a knife." It's like, whoa. And I'll put the interview in the description below. And if I remember, if I don't get too lazy, I'll look it up again, put the link in there. It's very long, but it's quite informing. And so, anyway, I'm just wondering, is it possible that we can actually be good people, good, decent people, can actually be possessed? And so they're disrupting our energy pattern, because we're all electromagnetic biological androids. And so if you manipulate the electromagnetic fields, you're going to have bad health, maybe. I don't know. It's a theory. You're going to have bad health. You're going to be run down. You're going to. Because everybody I know. Sorry, I don't know why I was looking over there. Everybody I know is broken mentally, spiritually, and physically. Everybody. I can't find anybody that's, hey, how you doing? Unless I go to the church up here. They just, ah, how you doing? Great. Jesus loves me. Like, I can't deal. They're mentally ill as far as I'm concerned, okay? How you doing? Great, great. I pray to Jesus every night. Like, woo, woo, woo. I'm just wondering, is that possible? Is that possible? Is it just evil people that can get possessed, or is it good people that can get possessed? You know, and the thoughts in your head, are not your own. I know for a fact that the Archons, they talk to you, but you think it's your voice. So they say, well, okay, you're in the shopping center, and all of a sudden you get this really bizarre thought, and it's actually almost evil. It's just an extremely bizarre, twisted thought, and it startles you because you go, "Oh, gee, what was that?" You actually notice it because that's not really what you'd be thinking. Well, that's the Archons. That's what they do, and they appear as your own thoughts, and this is how they control you. So their vibration, their energy will screw up your system, organ failure, and you start suffering depression, anxiety, yada yada yada. Now, second question: how do you get rid of it? If it's true, how do you get rid of an Archon parasite? Anybody know anything about this, or know a link to go to, or let me know? I mean, let me know. Because it's getting pretty interesting. And I just want to say, without giving too much details, because this isn't the subject, but come the the election is a psyops. It's a complete and Donald Rump. I can't say his real name because YouTube will come down hard. Uh, he's part of it. He's a major part of it. He knows what's going down. I think I figured out what's going down now too. It's all a facade. It's all a script. It's good cop, bad cop, and maybe I'll explain it sometime. Yeah, we're being set up for the greatest demonic takeover ever known to mankind, and we're gonna welcome it in because we've all been psyops. So, and who now everybody's kind of fed up with Donald Rump roast, and they're turning to this guy DeSantis is his name, the Satan, the Satan. Is that his name? How obvious? How obvious can you bloody get? You know, like it was so obvious with oh, I can't say the name, Trump, and then followed by the vice president Pence. Get it? See the it's psyops. They always identify themselves. Their fingerprints are always on it because they use these little play on words, eh? And I think we're getting another play on words with DeSantis or whatever his name is. Uh, wow, if that word ain't, you could easily turn that word into Satan, no problem. So just a thought. You don't have to agree. Don't get mad. Don't go out and kick the dog. Just it's just I'm just putting this out there. So, anyways, just want to make another mention of my Patreon page. I'm going for some amazing stuff that I'm going to be putting on my Patreon page that I won't be anywhere else. Will be on my Patreon page. I've made an observation that is mind-boggling. We are going to have to question our theories on time and space. Wow, I'm just blown away, and it's you can see it for yourself. I'll I'll show you an experiment. I want to get this experiment done, and we'll see the results of the experiment. But this is big time heavy. It's going to change everything, like the flat Earth changed everything. Oh, there's no such thing as flat Earth. You're an absolute jerk. No, I don't care if there's a flat Earth or not. The very idea of a flat Earth propelled everybody's mind. Everybody's mind opened up to so many other different subjects. It was the can opener that just released, that we got out. Our minds got out of the can, the sealed can created by opposition, and we're starting to question NASA. Suddenly we're questioning history. We're questioning geography. We're questioning everything, all because of that. This is going to be another big, big, big reveal. I can't believe what I'm observing. I'm going, what? What? And it's not a theory, and it's very demonstratable, and you'll see it for yourself, and you'll go, holy crap, he's right. You just, it's there. It's like you and I are walking along a path, and there's a big elephant sitting there on the path. You don't see the elephant. But we're walking along the path, and then one moment I go, hey, there's an elephant out there. And then you kind of get your hands out of your pocket. Holy crap. This is what's going to happen when I tell you. I think it's the most amazing. I think the implications are unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just going to change everybody's understanding of the entire universe and our entire reality. It's just going to hit you, and you'll probably, I told a couple people, yeah, interesting, cool. I don't know if there are people out there to see it, but it's there, like the elephant. It ain't going anywhere. It's solid, and it's there, and I think it's going to be extremely enlightening, extremely, and I underline that word, extremely enlightening. I want to do a thing for my Patreon page about the sun. I'm observing things of the sun that are just deny reality, deny the laws of physics, denied everything. And I will point them out, and you will see them for yourself, and you'll go, because I've watched the sun every day for like almost my entire life. I've watched the sun, and now it's doing strange, bizarre things that aren't possible with our laws of physics. It's just not possible. But yeah, it's like, so I want to discuss all that on my Patreon page, and I forget YouTube. They'll just no. Pull the plug. That's it. He's finished. I'm sick of it. And you'll find me on my other backup platforms. So you should, if you're interested in what I have to say, copy and keep these addresses. Like UGE is my favorite because it's got good quality. It's got the bells and whistles, and it seems to be dependable so far. The odd time BitChute will censor me. And what's the other one? Rumble? Is that what it's called? I forget. Rumble or something. Anyways, just look at the links in the box. And yeah, so they're going to be on my Patreon page because I wanted to do this for my Patreon members for a long time. So I'm giving the best of what I can give, and I'm in the process of setting it up. It should take maybe a week or less, but I'm going to get these subjects up there, and people are going to be very, 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 very shocked and surprised, and they won't be able to argue it because they'll see it for themselves. You know, like the guy with me. Go ahead, go to the elephant, and take a stick and beat it. You know, you're not going to be able to beat it. It's there. It's solid. I'm talking myself into a corner like I always do. So, anyways, be part of it. Get on to my Patreon page, and you can spread the word about it. The implications are just like, what? Huh? Anyways, feel free to talk about it or tell other people or whatever you want. I don't care. I don't care. There's not that many people on the Patreon, so I don't care. It's a very, 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 very tiny audience, and I don't care if it's just them that learns this for the first time. But I promise you, thrills and spills for sure. So, what have I got on this? 20 minutes. So there you go. That's about all I want to say. So get in on the Patreon, and when I get a little money from the Patreon, I can not worry about the debt. I'm got another wave of debt that I'm going to go through getting my eyes operated. I need 2 more surgeries, and so it's very expensive. In Canada, operations are free, but everything, all the peripheral stuff is so expensive. Oh. And this time I don't have to go to the big city, which would cost maybe $400 a night for a really cheap, bug-infested Roachville hotel. Uh, that's terrible. The prices of everything are going up. So there you go. Just think about it, and send the minimum. Send the minimum amount of money you want. I don't care, but I'm gonna build it up, and so I don't have to worry about this second phase of bills. There's a fellow who gave me some very good donations, and because of that, I can actually see. Um, if it wasn't for him, he knows who I'm talking about. He's shy, and so I don't want to make a real big deal of it. But I wouldn't be seeing this screen right now. I wouldn't be able to function if it wasn't for his donations, his generous donations, and that was through my Patreon account. So there you go. I'm not trying to suck you in or anything like that, but you will be surprised. And once the word gets out, it'll be really surprising to see the reaction. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to try and separate more from YouTube, get onto my backups. That's another thing I wanted to mention. I've got Welcome to Planet Westworld Part 3. I thought it was way too deep and way too controversial for YouTube. So go to the links, check it out. If you want to make comments, make them on this video. Put the comments about the other video on this video, because this is so easy to access comments. I will see it, guaranteed. Anything said in that YouTube comments, I read every one of them. And I go see that one. It's really down the rabbit hole. This is real deep thinking, deep analysis, observation, whatever. But I'm gonna give you a lot of questions to ponder, a lot of deep questions in the video to ponder. It's pretty, you know what I mean? Okay, so check it out. It's too hot, too controversial for YouTube. Way too much for YouTube to handle. They'll just, yeah, you know what I mean? They'll just start getting fart attacks, and that'll be the end. So, anyways, I really strongly get back to me in the comments on this if you like it, and tell me what parts you liked. They said nobody's doing this. The audience now is getting kind of laid back. I need to know what you liked, what parts you liked, so I can get a census of what you like as a whole. You know, what you people are interested in. You know, I like the part where you're talking about, this turtle walking backwards. you know, and then I know, oh, okay, that's where it is. But don't start saying, yeah, we want to hear more about your sister Lola. Well, no, yeah, don't go there. I Yeah, I'm learning things and observing things that are just so down the rabbit hole. I've barbecued all my sacred cows. They're gone. They're barbecued. They're history. Because I'm learning and observing so much more that goes so much deeper. And there are things I can never talk about because it would just be too shocking. People would just, you remember the Frankenstein movie. They're out of pitchforks and everything, the torches. Oh, um, I don't know. And also I want you to check out Max Egan. Yeah, Max Egan. Everybody calls him Egan now for some reason. It's always been Max Egan. His latest one, I forget what it's called, but it's got some amazing, pretty creepy information on it. I don't like Max Egan. He's a shell. I don't care. Go and kill some other messenger because this latest video of his is like, holy crap, holy. He talks like me. He'll just go right down deep. And then everybody, I need a diaper. Where's my pants? You know, but you know what I like best about Max Egan? He's like a storyteller. He makes me feel calm and relaxed, and he can tell me about the end of the world and all that, and I'm fine because I feel very calm and relaxed with him, and he really knows his stuff. But the information on his latest one, if I can, I'll put it in the link. If not, well, what can you do? It was on BitChute, and it's hard to really deal with BitChute. But wow, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I was really kind of godsmacked. I was just like, whoa. It's stuff that I didn't really know about before, and now I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. Because I'm adding to my file system all the time. And so, anyways, just before I go, if you know anything about, maybe I'll put in a link about Archons, what Archons are for those who don't understand Archons. They're mentioned in, if you're a Christian, it's not in the Bible, so I don't believe it. Okay, well, it is in the Bible. Ephesians 6, okay? Yeah, okay, so I'll see what I do. I don't know. I might get lazy. It's all sunny. I don't want to really be in the house. So I'll put some special links up, hopefully. Just doing my old Joe imitation. So, thank you very much. Take care and check out, my videos that are going to come out on Patreon. I think I got it figured out now that what to do and how to get them up there and stuff like that. So they'll be going up in a couple of days. They're going to blow people away. They're going to be able to blow people away. You're not going to find this stuff anywhere on the internet. Thank you very much. Adios, amigos.